It's 11 a.m. It's kind of early. Well, I don't know. It takes a while for my gears to really get turning. Gonna be fixing some bugs, picking up where we left off yesterday. So when a client disconnects from the game server, we set the connection as disconnected, and then we check to see if all clients disconnected. I don't like the way that this works because we need to handle a single client disconnect as well as all client disconnect. A single client disconnect during the game running means, we kind of have to cancel the match or they lose. All clients disconnecting happens regularly after the match finishes, so it's expected. God, my brain is just not on yet. This should probably be something else. What to call it? Handle client disconnect. So we need to switch on the game server state. We've got idle, initializing, wait for players, game running, post-match, and closing. If game server .instance.state Let's turn this into a switch. Alright, so then we can handle that individually. We're going to pass in the game server client. So if we're in idle, I don't really know how we would even get. So this one, okay, so wait for players. The wait for players, public void, cancel, match. Okay, so we can call that from post match handler instance cancel match. This is another one that would take some work. And the next two, post match. We don't need to handle anything here. Oh, hey, Geronimo. How are you today? So if the game's in game running, we need to declare a loser. I'm a little tired trying to really get my mind going. This code is usually a little bit easier than this. What brings you to the stream? Are you a fellow dev or just somebody interested in games? Oh, that's cool. Is it something that you just started, or? Okay. Well, I'm working my way through some, I guess you could call them bugs, from our last playtesting session, from the last beta test. Right now my game server is not really handling client disconnects correctly. Man, where is the code for this? You're doing an RPG, okay. Well, I hope it's offline. I mean, I tried doing an online MMO. That's too big of a project for one person. That's an ambitious project, man. I spent 2 years on a project like that. Now, how far in are you? Game server, match handler. God, I really should restructure this at some point. And, okay. Do you have dedicated hosts, or is it like peer-to-peer? Firebase. Oh man, I'm a little out of touch on the networking stuff. What is Firebase? Let's just briefly. Hmm? Okay. It sounds like you're using a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with. I feel like I'm doing a more old school approach. And what engine are you using? Are you using Unity or Unreal or something else? Okay. Yeah, this is still built on UNet, which I know they're going to move away from eventually. Where's this game server event coming from? Trigger. Team lost match event. Okay. So my game server client should have a team ID. No, I started in IT. I have a degree in IT and did that for a while. And I was writing code the whole time. I've always been making games since I was, I don't know, 16. Starting with like mods and like private servers and stuff. But no, I work as an ASP.NET MVC developer for a small company, and that's what I've been doing the last couple of years. I like it because there's a lot of overlap between my work and this project, so I get to kind of like the whole game website is now written in. Here, hang on. I was going to show you my website, and then I get this. Nice. That's how it is. So I'll figure out what's going on there. But I have a website. It works most days. Okay, how am I doing this? Client dot. I have a team ID. Yeah, okay. So, game server match handler. This project is 4 years in the works, so it's pretty big. I mean, if I pull over the Solution Explorer, this is not even with everything expanded, but it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, the dedication to it gets easier because you're more committed the deeper into this hole, you are. But we've been doing play tests and stuff, and we're using dedicated servers on Azure, and there's ranked gameplay and unranked gameplay. Like it is pretty close to being done. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so other team equals game server match handler instance match get other team client.team ID. I'm passing in a team object. Oh, Jesus. I never envisioned that I would need to do this way. Set losing team, okay. The game looks like this. Let me show you. I have a YouTube channel full of stuff for it. So this is kind of like what it looks like outside of the game. You put together units and abilities, and this is from our last beta test. So you basically just put together some armies, kind of mash them together, try to micromanage the units as well as you can. There's a lot of like detail to it and stuff. I'll throw this in the channel if you want to take a look. Yeah, our next beta test is on Saturday at 3, I think, in the afternoon, Eastern Standard. Client disconnect during game running state setting. Yeah, just leave it there, it's fine. This is going to need some work when I eventually get 2v2 to work, but for now this works. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Master server, let's go ahead and shut down the master server. Stop the game server running in the background, switch back to Unity. Is your game, I mean, there's lots of RPGs. Is it, I don't know, sci-fi? Is it fantasy? Is it something else? I mean, and how close do you think you are to finishing it? How long do you think you'll need? Or how likely do you think you will finish it? You know, those are all good questions, I think. Okay, yeah, fantasy. Long-time favorite genre for me. So once the game server finishes building, we'll set everything back up again, and then we'll disconnect and see if it shuts down the game correctly. There's tons of logging built into all this, so we can just check the logs. I really should go back and rewrite some of this stuff. Okay, we'll clear the logs. Okay. All right, well then let me ask you, is there anything that you can show? Anything visual or screenshots or gameplay or anything, or is it too early for that kind of thing? Let's see here. Okay, master server goes back up. Get the client up. Get my other client up. So I'll log in here. Invalid username. No. Come on. Oh, it's 2D. No, it's rare for an RPG. I was working on one as well. If you know, I mean, there's a really small chance, but do you know a game called Tibia? It's a really old 2D MMO. Then again, I guess MMOs and RPGs are not exactly the same thing. Here, this is the game that like drew me in as a kid. It looks so terrible now. But fully 2D, open world, kinda layered sprites, top-down ISO, whatever, you know, probably pretty different from what you're making. What is going on with my server here? But yeah, if you have something to share, I'd love to take a look at it just to see what you got. What is going on? 13 92 116 55 / API game server. Wait. No, we're hitting the website. That's why. Okay, right, of course. Authentication goes to the website, which isn't currently working. Right, so I'm left with this. An error occurred while starting the application. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you got a link, okay. Okay, side scroller. I think I recognize some assets from the asset store, and it looks like you're developing for mobile, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing you're not from the U.S. So you've got test scene, environment, scripts, UI. You're definitely using the latest version of. Oh, okay. I'm originally from Germany, so I guess I'm technically European, but I've never been to Hungary. This is the latest version of Unity, which I haven't had a chance to use because I'm still stuck on the old version because my project is old. I see you have some stuff set as don't destroy on load. And then I'm guessing those are timestamps. Yeah, timestamps on the left there. I see you've got account sign-ins, yeah, okay. Character customization. I like this background art. It's got a good feel. So a room is like a temporary server, kind of like a match, I'm guessing. Studying rooms, like a classroom. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, it's a place where you can have a certain number of players play together, and it's separate from other rooms, right? That's the idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Switching pretty fast there. Oh, interesting. I guess you have it as unlisted, I see. Well, that's cool, man. This could be it. Let me take a look at my website. I wonder if there's any kind of error logging. So I've got this site here. No. I mean, the UI doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's, I think it's kind of cute. Fits the rest of the game. I can probably just fix this, but I don't want to just do that. I want to figure out why it broke. Oh, right, there's this publish thing that I did. Web publish method. Okay. That's not it. Let me check my startup.cs. Database context. Create roles in admin. Did I? Okay. Does this run locally? Let's see. How long have you been working on that project? Okay, looks like it's working correctly here. ASP.NET Core IIS error logging. In May? Okay. Alright, so like 3-ish months. Okay. Do you think you know how long you have left until you're done with it, or is that, a hard question to answer? Okay, let's see if we can enable logging here. View log files. No? We've got this. Turn off the master server for a minute. Okay, that's a lot of logs. And then we've got this. When's this from? This is from last year. Okay, I'm probably not interested in that, but let's see. Okay, post category, never mind. Okay. And how do you, what do you want to do once you get the demo ready? Do you want to, try to get it to a publisher, or just put it out on the internet, or just play test it with friends, or do you have a plan? Let's see what's going on here. These are the web request logs. This is not what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, well, mobile seems like it's a good market. Yeah, that rewriting thing. That's tough. Okay, web.config std out enable log true. Do I have that? Okay. So we'll set that to true. Actually, let's see. I'll try something here. I'm going to go to... I've rewritten so many parts of this game, so I understand, you know. It can feel so necessary, but you can also spend a lot of time doing that. Okay, so we changed the web config here. I'm probably going to have to reload something. Create a logs folder. So we're looking for / logs. I'm guessing the folder name is just logs. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if it's turn-based, then you can kind of shape the interaction a lot better than if it was, you know, real time. Yeah, the animation sounds better. Okay, let's see if hitting this generates an error. What? Are you kidding me? Now it works? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't restart the web server. All I did was create... Alright. So modifying the web.config, I guess... okay. So this is the website. I have all the units and races and everything here. You can look up everything. It's the same. The database is the same for the game and the website. So the numbers being pulled by the game, you can also see on the website. It's all one and the same. I've got an account system. Lots and lots of news articles, recently added pagination, and all of this is ASP.NET Core. Okay, so now that that's working, we should have authentication working. You know, you go down these rabbit holes trying to figure out what went wrong. And you're like, what was I trying to do in the first place? Oh, oops, I hit the shortcut. The shortcut runs it in the background. I want it in the foreground. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect again. Okay. So it's starting a game server on my computer using my computer here as a VM, even though this is being run somewhere else in some server somewhere. Looks like my client connected. Log in. There we go. So now I can queue up as the orcs, and I'll have to restart this client here probably. What is your game called? Does it have a I don't know. I mean, you could be writing it all in, what's the language? Hungarian, I guess. But does it have an English? Oh, okay. School. Oh, I see. Okay, now. Okay, I get it. That makes sense now. Okay, so accepting the match invite, loading the map. And now we're going to go ahead and disconnect the client, and let's see what the game server does. So I won. See? So that worked correctly. Let's check the log file. So client disconnected, client disconnect, got disconnect. Okay, got a client disconnect during game running state, got team lost match event, a winning team for this match has been detected, and it does all the calculations, uploads the match to the server, all that good stuff. Okay. So does your game have a learning aspect to it? Because all I got a chance to see was some of the combat and the item stuff. Okay, looks like that worked correctly. All right. Network. There we go. And I also want to. I want to test this one more time. Okay. Now you're writing it in C#, right? Yeah, C# is a great language. Really enjoy writing it. Okay, I want to make sure the game server still handles the disconnect correctly when a match happens normally. So I'm just going to surrender this match, and hit exit, and hit exit. And if we switch back to the master server, closing, and it's idle. Okay, so it looks like everything worked correctly there. Let me check the log files. Post-match state, yeah, okay, that looks good. Did we update? Now uploading, okay, good, it uploaded correctly. Good. Okay, so that's one important bug fixed. This one's going to need some testing. This is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my parents moved here. I was 6 years old when they moved, so I've spent most of my life here. But I have family over there, and I used to go back all the time. But now that I work, now that I have been working for a few years, I don't go back as often. I mean, I still speak it, and I have family here. Yeah, but when you see a country from the inside and the outside, you kind of end up growing up between two worlds, and you're not really from one place or the other. I'm not really American, but I'm definitely not German either. It's kind of weird. Moving out, do you mean like from a country, or like, moving out from your parents? Mm. I mean, it's hard to get into the US. It always has been. You have to jump through a lot of hoops to get in, and getting a green card is a ton of work and a lot of money. What do I want to work on next? Matchmaking UI is still active after server disconnect. Alright, let's work on that next. Oh, and there's some logging I wanted to... That's fine, that's fine. Let's close everything. So let's try something. I'm connected now. I'm going to hit play. And then I'm going to turn off the master server. And let's see what happens. Connection lost, reconnecting. Okay, so let's take a look and see what our log file looks like here. Got master server. Hold on. Client connection manager. Disconnected from connection target master server. Master server timeout, disconnect event. Okay. Let's take a look at our client. Client log out. How was I doing this before? Client connection manager. Client UI manager. Client events, client logged out. So where are we getting this event from? This is coming from client account manager. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Client.logout.instance.logout. So this will hit here. From here, we'll hit this. Then we'll listen to client events, instance, client logged out. Are you interested in moving to the US? So we'll clear the user here. Let's see. Okay. Client connection manager. Oh, I'd save. Okay. I mean, yeah, I hear good things about Europe all the time, you know? I mean, there's lots of opportunities everywhere. Yeah, definitely. Well, right now, moving anywhere is hard because of, the virus. And the US is doing a really bad job of handling it, so you probably don't want to come here anyway. Oops. So when we get a master server timeout disconnect, let's see here. They want their own Silicon Valley, somewhere in Denmark. Disconnected from connection target. Are you someone that's kind of young? I mean, are you still in school? Kind of like still trying to figure out what you want to do, or where you want to do it? Okay, yeah. Oh well, you're doing great for 17. I mean, the code that I saw and what you made was that's pretty impressive for 17. I would say it's better than what I was doing. Um, okay. I was going to log the client out on a master server disconnect, but I think that might be the wrong thing to do. God, there's just so much to handle. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling. Like you said, there are a lot of nice places to work and to study in Europe, and you'll probably get more help, you know, with that pursuit in Europe than you would in the U.S. There's not that many, you know, government aid or programs or things like that to help you with that kind of transition. Okay, so because we have a connection target here, I think we should be able to handle this okay. So maybe we can do this client events, master server, timeout disconnect. What time is it here? Well, it's noon, middle of the day. You're probably what, 6 hours ahead. You're probably 6 or 7 o'clock, but you use the different time standards, so you're probably what 17, 18 o'clock over there. Yeah, I have family in Germany, so I'm always aware of what time it is there because I can't call grandma at 6 o'clock because it's midnight, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to get the master server up. Let's connect, and then I'll turn the master server off, and we'll see if it handles it correctly. So I'm logging in. Okay. Now we'll turn off the master server. And we got logged out. Okay. Now let's see if I turn this back on, if we can log back in. So now I can log in again. Okay, that looks like it worked. Now I have the matchmaking UI. Where is that? Join match. Where is that? No, not that. Match acceptance indicator. I live in Florida. It's the dangly bit on the bottom right side. It's very hot, very wet, and sometimes it's nice. Status indicator. I don't even know what this is for. Client matchmaking UI. But yeah, I've been in Florida for most of my life. Right now it's, let me see. In Celsius, it's almost 34 degrees outside. It's very hot. You know, one of the biggest things you'll notice when you go from the US to Europe is that there's no air conditioning. You guys mostly don't need it, or if you do, you know, you just have a fan or open up the windows or something like that. At least that's how it is with my family over in Germany. Client matchmaking UI. Really? I've been to a lot of places in Germany and they never have air conditioning. But I don't know, maybe I'm going to all the wrong places. I mean, most of the time they don't need it. Most of the time. I mean, most of the time they need heating rather than air conditioning, right? Connection indicator. Q, there we go. Q indicator UI. Client left queue. Okay, 30. 86 degrees. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. Client left queue. How are we triggering this? Okay, I think the client client queue manager. Okay. Okay, so what should happen here is client events, master server timeout disconnect. Okay. So we basically want to do this. So we'll do void leave queue. And then we can change this to leave queue. And tighten up that spacing a little bit. And then here, and then I like using enumerations a lot. Public enum client leave queue reason. Leave queue response master server disconnect. Okay. So this leave queue is going to take that enumeration, client leave queue reason, and then we just put that in our logging. So here we put in client leave queue reason dot leave queue, leave queue response, and up here client leave reason master server disconnect. So we're just going to unqueue ourselves when we disconnect from the master server. Okay. So the master server is up. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so we'll connect or log in and hit play. Then we'll go ahead and turn off the master server. And there we go. So it logged us out and it unqueued us. Let me make sure. Left the matchmaking queue, master server disconnect. But we still have this bar up here. Okay. Okay, where is that? It's under the UI. Navigation bar. Yeah, I tried to work with somebody else on this a long time ago, but I'm very particular about how this all works, the game and the code and all of it, all of the stuff. It wasn't worth. It didn't seem like it was worth the effort to manage somebody else. Um, the benefit didn't seem worth it. You have to coordinate so much and plan together, and then their ideas might change your ideas, and then the direction of the project isn't quite what you wanted it to be. And the problem is that this project is a little bit too big for one person. I'm lucky that I have a lot of time to work on this. That's the only reason. Okay, let me check something here. Client UI, navigation bar. So that is that. Lobby, what is the pre-login navigation? I don't even think we're not even using that anymore. No, I purchase a lot of assets from the asset store. I mean, let me show you. I've put a good bit of not just time but also money into this project. And I hope to make some of it back, but if I don't, that's fine. So these are all the assets that I've bought. A lot of texture packs for the ground, different models, character icons. There's some scripts in there, mostly just 3D models, and a lot of it is just like this very simple. Come on. I can't open this in a new tab. Yeah, a lot of it's really simple stuff. And a lot of it I modify by tweaking the stuff. I can use Maya for 3D modeling kind of okay. So I modify a lot of stuff. Okay. I think that should work. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, you can do a lot with free assets. Over 4 years, I don't think I've spent that much. I think you get a really, really, really great return on the money you spend with the asset store. I mean, I can get a fully animated, textured, and rigged model for what, $15, $20, and if I were to commission somebody to do that, it would be easily $300. So I'm paying a 20th of the cost, and I feel really good about that. And I always keep an eye on the new stuff that's coming out, always looking for stuff to add to the game. So I sort by publish date, and I kind of just look through to see if there's anything that that comes out that I can use. Like this guy, Enhanced Studio, always makes really good stuff. I mean, I don't know where I would need a frog, but this is really, really clean art. recently updated. But like this tree guy, I mean, this is breathtakingly beautiful. And for $25, I mean, that's, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous model. And he's got, animations in there as well. It's this indie game dev stuff, this wouldn't be possible without artists like this, you know. Yeah, I for some stuff I tried to work with artists. Like this background, I worked with an artist and commissioned that. But that's custom, and there wasn't anything that fit what I needed, so that's worth the money to me. Okay, so there we go. We got the disconnect, and it unqueued us, and it got rid of the top bar. That's good. Now if I turn my master server back on, it should reconnect. Let's see. There we go. Now I want to make sure I didn't fuck up anything else, so I'm going to try and get into a game and make sure that the expected disconnect is being handled correctly. Okay, so I'm going to queue up here. I'm going to log in here. Accept the match invite on both sides. Okay. And there we go. We're in the game. And by the way, you see how I can right click and draw a formation, and it puts, your tanky units in the front and your casters in the back. This formation stuff, that was a nightmare to write, and it's still not perfect, but that was hard. But it works pretty well now, so I'm happy with it. And if you're ever going to do like unit collisions, this right here, what I'm about to show you, this is magic. Watch this. They just walk right through. And that's your own units. But then if I have a line of enemy units and try to do the same thing, now let me pull this guy back. So I try to do the same thing, and they get stuck. I mean, they squeeze through because there's not enough to keep them. But figuring that out, that was so many months of work. Yeah, and so I can basically take units, and if I pack them together really tight, like if I stack units on top of each other, I can actually make it so that you can't push through the wall even if you have a lot of units. Like there's nothing that's going to get through here. It's going to get slowed down tremendously. Anyway, let me go ahead and surrender this match and reconnect just to make sure everything works. Okay, everything looks good. So that bug is done. Matchmaking UI, there we go. This is already done. Oops, I should be moving this down. Keep track of the bugs that I've fixed. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I need to go have lunch and take care of some real life stuff. But I guess I'll call you Geronimo. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the game. I don't stream regularly, but I will be streaming every time we have a beta test. So if you want to keep track of that or something, or if you want to join for the beta test, that'd be great. I can always use more people. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if that's your kind of thing, feel free to stop by. And if not, then I wish you the best of luck with your own game. It was nice talking to you today, and it's always nice talking to people from all over the world. You never know who you might meet, you know. Um, so yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks. Take care. Peace.